Kenya, a land of magnificent wildlife, safari adventure, breathtaking scenery, and cultural diversity. The jewel of East Africa. But just beyond the tourist's camera lens lies a desperate reality all too familiar for Africa and often ignored by the rest of the world. Today, Kenya has more than 2 million children without parents, orphaned mainly because of HIV/AIDS.
The hardest part is to make people to see the problem.
Most of these children have a lifespan of 14 to 15 years old.
Most likely their life will be as beggars on the street, or prostitutes, or thieves.
Day to day they live in fear. They're not sure that the people they're around are truly going to care for them.
If you have no hope, then it's a very dark world.
The commitment I have is to see that child has a relationship and has resources to be a productive person in the country.
Orphan Concern International was founded in 2001 with the sole mission to meet the physical, educational, emotional, and spiritual needs of these destitute children in Kenya. The ministry is the vision of Dr. David Mwangi, resident of Nakuru, Kenya.
I have been a pastor in my country, Kenya, for more than 22 years. And I saw this devastating disease that had really come into the country. And there were so many children left behind. So the Lord called me to work with them, to make them people who can be useful in their own country.
Supporting Dr. Mwangi's vision is a group of dedicated volunteer directors based in Atlanta, Georgia.
We relate to the children as their parents. We give them love. We don't just dump them and give them food and give them clothing and then we leave them there. We share our lives with them. So this is very, very different from other people. Ours is a relationship kind of ministry.
Cultivating and nurturing relationship with the children in the community they live is one of the unique qualities of the Orphan Concern Ministry. Once an orphan is identified, he or she is brought to live on the OCI facility and given food, clothing, and medical attention. With an orphan's basic physical needs met, the child is then enrolled into on-site education and training activities.
When you see these children, if they get into school, they see that as their way to get out. Even the smallest of children, they have great aspirations. The schooling is not like in the United States where it's a right to go to school. There you have to have someone put you in school, someone give you a uniform, someone give you shoes, someone provide for your food. And these are things that the children can't do for themselves.
What makes this more unique than anything is strictly the hands-on relationship that we have with the people and the fact that we do send over a team every year to check on the progress, to check on the children, and that gives accountability to the entire organization.
Another incredibly meaningful moment for me personally was the dedication service for the new orphanage.
Next will be the completion of a primary school, which will create on-site education facilities for grades 1 through 8. OCI has plans for a secondary school and its supporting dormitories to educate grades 9 through 12 at the ministry's other site in Marwiki, Kenya.
Dr. Mwangi, we're standing out here at a piece of property. What do you envision this will look like if we can get the funds and begin to move forward? We have a well, but what do you envision happening here?
There are several things that will happen. We'll build a secondary school that will cater for the needs of our students who will graduate from Grace Primary School in Solai. And then they can come here. We continue our philosophy with them as we have been doing in Solai, building them spiritually, physically, taking care of their medical needs, so that we bring up men and women that God will use at any time in their lifetime. So we can bring most children even here from our surrounding area here.
Tell us about this piece of property.
This piece of property is about 21 acres. Right now we have about 16 acres of corn. We have 5 acres grassland. This is the area where we think of building the teachers' houses, subordinate staff, they will build their houses here. The other part, upper part, we shall build the secondary school, build the, do farming. We shall have dairy cattle, we shall have chicken, we shall have vegetables and so forth to cater for the needs of our students. At the same time, we can sell more to the areas and to the surrounding schools which are coming up in our area. Yeah.
Where we stand now with this piece of property, what are our greatest needs?
The greatest need is to pull the electricity to the site. For the last 3 years, we have been praying for electricity, and we have not been able to pull it to the site. We need to pray that the Lord will help us to pull the electricity to the site so that we can draw the water out. God has been so gracious to us. He has given us money for the pump, but the money to bring the electricity to site has been somehow slow coming. But we are praying that the Lord will give us the funds as soon as possible.
With that electricity, what will you be able to do?
With the electricity, we shall be able to draw out the water, and then we shall start building. Once we get the funds, we shall start building our secondary school on the other side. That electricity can be used, it will be used in our laboratories and teachers' quarters, subordinate quarters. And we can do also metal work when the school is on the process. We can so do many things around here.
If you could just speak to those who are listening right now, maybe just speak to their hearts about what they could do to help.
Many people have heard about Orphan Concern, and I know they have been praying for Orphan Concern. I would ask you to continue praying for the needs of Orphan Concern, which are bringing the electricity to the site, money to build a school, because it's urgently needed, because our children are graduating from Solai and we are sending them to public schools. If you can pray with us that God will give us the funds to build or to pull the electricity to the site and to build the secondary school, that will be of great help to us and to the nation as a whole. We want to make this school one of the best Christian schools we have in the nation.